Good morning, Vietnam! What's up, guys? Welcome back to the Avarice podcast. We're going to be doing another movie companion today. Surprise. I don't know if you noticed, but I tend to do a lot of those. Tends to be most of what I do, in fact. I'm going to color outside the lines and veer off course of all the different projects I had going on, whether it be The Wire, Child's Play, American Pie, all of the above. And I'm going to watch the remake for Friday the 13th. I believe it came out in 2009. I'll have to double check that. I'm watching it on Netflix. After this, at some point, I'll probably go back and start at the original Friday the 13th one and do the whole series. But this film is meant to be a standalone. Of course, it definitely helps to have knowledge of the previous ones. But I didn't feel it necessary to go in chronological order. And so I'm just going to do this one as a one-off for now. And I'll circle back for the others later. This wasn't a bad attempt at rebooting the franchise and remaking the original movie. I think that the plot was a little bit more complicated than it needed to be. I think they were trying to keep it from just being your generic run-of-the-mill horror film. And in a way, they made it exactly that in their attempt. So they start off with this one group of kids at the beginning, and then one of them gets kidnapped, and then we go to a different group of kids, and then a dude who's looking for the girl, and it just gets a little bit more convoluted than it needs to. And there's not a whole lot of content there outside the one kind of driving storyline. And then also, they had, I assume, they had some freedoms on what they could do with Jason and what directions they could go. So I don't understand why you have to go ahead and do the mother at the beginning and her stalking the counselor, bitching her out about Jason drowning, and then her getting beheaded, and then I believe that it shows Jason off to the side watching. So did he drown or not? Like, at what point did he come out of the water? And for your new audience, they're gonna have no fucking idea what this opening scene is. And the mom thing is tired. Like, we're gonna redo this, right? So why not just make it a scary dude in the woods who kills people? Like, does it have to go any farther than that? Does it really even correlate to Friday the 13th? Where did that name even come from? I need to figure that. I need to look that up, because I don't think that it's not like he solely kills people on Friday the 13th or anything like that at all. But I know that you want to stay true to the original as much as possible to keep your core audience happy, but you could do that and still veer totally away from the drowning and the mom story. I don't think that needs to be in there. I don't think that it adds that much to it. It was built into Jason originally because Friday the 13th one had no Jason in it. The killer was Mrs. Voorhees, as we all found out from, it was Jason, I saw that movie 20 goddamn times. Then you know that Mrs. Voorhees was the killer in the original. Jason didn't show up until the sequel. Right? So, pardon me. I should take a break here to identify. I start every podcast by making myself a cup of coffee. You probably heard that in the background. I'm closing my blinds now. I'm going to shut the lights off. I'm going to smoke a little bit of a bowl, and then I will give you a countdown to let you know when I'm starting the movie. So if you're watching along at your house where you are, you know when to start it, so we're queued up. and then we'll just let the good times roll, and hopefully there's no pale ale. All right. So anyway, yes, back to. I don't remember exactly where I was on the bitching about the mom thing. Anyway, we'll get into it once the movie starts, and we'll see where I'm. Oh yeah, so whoever came up with the idea for the original Friday the 13th movie didn't intend for Jason to be a killer at any point, I don't think. So I think that they just wrote a movie that ended up spawning a bunch of sequels, and since the killer died at the end of the first movie, they just went with Jason, and he became the icon and the face of the franchise. But that mother thing was always built into it at the beginning because she was the originator. So if you're going to rewind the clock and reboot the franchise, I guess this is essentially a remake of Friday the 13th Part 2, now that I'm talking it out. But you can keep a lot of the core factors of Jason there without having the mom story there, and that can remove the drowning story, and then it brings into question whether he's supernatural or not. His face doesn't have to be as fucked up. We don't need, he doesn't need to be so mongoloid looking. And I guess that's more along the lines of a Michael Myers, but he could just be this guy that lives in the woods and kills people, and at some point he comes across a hockey mask. That doesn't vary that much from what he actually is. That is Jason. You're just removing the backstory of the mother that's confusing and convoluted, and is really going to throw your new audience off because they don't understand. It's a lot to try to understand in an opening scene, I think. And I'm tired of the people pretending to be mommy and talking I'm done with that. Overall, I think it's a great attempt. I don't mind watching this movie once every couple years, but they definitely could have done better. As reboots go, it's one of the better ones, though. It's better than the newest Friday the 13th. It's not as good as the 2018 Halloween, but it's better than H2O, I think. I don't know. It's good points and bad points. I'm going on like a chatty Cathy, and I need to get this show on the road because I got shit to do tomorrow, and I have to go to bed. But I want to meet my quota. I gotta get stuff done. I'm trying to build something. I might only get 6 hours of sleep, but I mean, what the fuck? That's just a day. That's not bad at all. I've definitely dealt with much worse. Although, it's going to be a long fucking day. Full disclosure, I got a ticket for driving with no seatbelt, and I have court tomorrow morning. Excuse me. And then I got to do my regular routine shit, my sourcing for reselling, listings, posting commentaries, all the above. And then the Blazer game 5 against the Thunder, is going to be on tomorrow night, and I'm going to watch that. And that'll get over so late that I won't have time to take a nap before I have to go deliver newspapers. So I'll end up being up for close to 24 hours straight tomorrow. But it's the fucking way she goes. Alrighty, I'm going to start the film here in 3, 2, 1, play. And here we go. We've got the red New Line Cinema logo. I love it. Red and black is my favorite color combination. See, I really feel like I like how everything's tinted red here at the beginning. It really sets a mood, and it's not cheesy. It's done tastefully. I really feel like they kept enough of the core of Jason to get away without doing the mom and shit and having him have drowned and be fucking mongoloid. I really do. That might have upset some people, but I think you really would have found a new stride. You got the breathing, the like that is core to Jason. That is the Jason breathing. Everybody knows that's Jason breathing. He starts his baghead, which I like. He comes across the mask in a decent way and turns into the mask guy. It's all, he's got the machete, he's in the woods, it's Camp Crystal Lake. The way he's dressed, the kills, the fashion he does stuff in, it's all very true to Jason. So, again, my opinion, this doesn't, I don't need this. It's like we get one backstory, then we get a second backstory, then we finally catch up with the third story, and it's like, oh my fucking god. We do get plenty of beautiful perky titties in this, though. Some more obviously fake than others. See, so a fresh audience doesn't have a context for this. So they think that she was supposed to be watching Jason and let him drown, and that's why this lady's trying to kill her. No way that little petite girl chopped off that head with one swing. Now she runs off and blah, 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 blah. The mom's decapitated, laying there. It's like a recreation of the ending of the original Friday the 13th. And then, so this is Jason coming over. He's not a grown man. He looks to be like a teenager. And he looks fairly normal, too. See, I don't really get... See, in the original, he drowned, but then he was in the lake, and then he popped out of the... I don't fucking know. I really don't know. The Jason story doesn't make nearly as much sense as, say, like Michael's, especially at the beginning. Michael's makes a lot of sense at the beginning, or at least they don't expose themselves by over-explaining. Jason's always like, yeah, what the fuck happened exactly? So at some point he drowned, but I guess almost immediately was back out wearing jeans and button-up plaid shirts. Witnessed his mom get killed as a teenager. And grew up killing stuff in the woods. So this is our first crew of mostly irrelevant characters that are just here to be killed. That girl right there, the cute one on the left, is the only one of them that's going to prove to be important. But I think that honestly, the banter between this opening crew of characters to me is the best among any of it in the movie. The second crew of people is a little more off-putting, just not quite as charismatic, I guess. I'm not exactly sure what I'm looking for. They're searching for a fucking random field of weed so that they can steal it. That's dangerous business. Is Crystal Lake in Illinois? Can you answer me? We don't even need that thing. We got a thing here, and you could use your thing there. Relax. Excuse me. Yeah, I get some rich people relax, but a lot of rich people don't relax. Do you think The Rock relaxes? And plus, that field of weed, how much could that possibly be worth? All told, what are they looking to make? Ballpark, 300 grand? I think that's an overestimate, but let's be generous. 300? Let's say 5. There's 5 of them. That's 100 grand. That's not rich. That's a good year's income. Like, you're still going to have to work. And the lazier you are, the faster you're going to have to work. Unless you make that money work for you, but I don't think you're yeah. You could still say retarded back then.
Apparently there was one survivor. This girl, she cut that lady's head off with a machete. It gets weirder.
So he's telling the legend of the original with Mrs. Voorhees and Jason, basically. But the rich people relaxing thing, the most admirable people are the ones that don't relax, the ones that keep at it, the ones that are doing shit. I know that. Those are the people I look up to. That's why I try to do so much. I'm trying to get like that. That's what makes me feel good, is feeling like I did a lot of shit. I don't know where that drive comes from, but that's what satisfies me, is getting a lot of shit done. I don't know. I don't know. That's what it is. That's what I like. That's what I like to do. And it serves me. That's probably the most, like, to me, the most satisfying thing is at the end of the day, if I know that I did everything I could that day to benefit myself, my family, the future, all that. Just if I could look in the mirror and say I could not have done more today. That's my shit. That's my goal. I admire Ryan Seacrest. I mean, that might sound ridiculous, but you can call him cheesy. You can say, he's ridiculous. You make fun of the way he dresses, the way he talks, his tan, whatever. The motherfucker has 75 jobs. He grinds. Seems like he doesn't say no to anything. And you could say that's whorish, but he's setting himself up. Like, he's building a bank, and it's just off these talk shows, radio shows. Like, he is constantly doing shit. He's got 113 jobs, and he never says no to anything, and look at where it's gotten him. He also shows up and nails it. That's a crucial part. But you can get a long way by just working hard. I'm telling you. I figured out a long time ago that was my in. If I just worked really hard, I could make gains. If I just tried really hard. Anyway, back to the movie. I don't recall this gal's name. Heather, maybe? She's walking with her boyfriend. They're heading off into the woods. Not hiking alone, but pretty close to it. I believe they're going to stumble into Jason's cabin. And now Bandana Dude and his Tits McGee girlfriend are going to be making eyes at each other while ADHD boy goes nutting in his pants over the GPS unit. She's pretty hot, but her tits are a little too big for me. Like, they take me out. Like, when I see them, I'm like, yeah, they're nice, but they're so big and obviously fake. Maybe I'm wrong. Let's see them. This dude with the glasses, if would sit in here talking to me, I would be standing at attention. It would be quite obvious that I was erect. I would be putting a sleeping bag over my junk or something.
You gotta bounce, dude. Tell your dumb shit to somebody else. Why, because I'm fucking teaching you something?
She's pretty brazen. She took her top off and threw it at him in front of that guy. Oh, he's gonna jam out to Sister Christian. I love the music choice. Motorin. Also always reminds me of the scene in Boogie Nights where they're at the, I can't ever think that actor's name. They're at the guy's house. The little Asian kid is lighting firecrackers and throwing them, and they're trying to rob him. And he's he's all jacked up on crack and playing his tapes. I cannot hear Sister Christian without thinking of that scene in Boogie Nights. You couldn't smell that shit? He accidentally just stumbled onto the weed field. He's pissing on it. That is the mother lode. How did you not see that shit? That's pretty unbelievable. He was jamming out. Fucked up his vision. Music was too loud. Started vibrating his eyeballs.
I love you.
His glasses got foggy. Started breathing heavy. He jizzed in his pants. Oh, old baghead. I love that fucking look. I kind of feel like they stole that from the Town That Dreaded Sundown. But I can't say they made it their own, because Jason, if you ask people what Jason looks like, they say the hockey mask. But he started as Baghead, and Baghead is pretty fucking scary, I gotta be honest. It's just not as trademark and marketable as the hockey mask. It's not as signature.
Mike, where are you going? Let's go inside.
I wouldn't have minded if they left him Baghead for an entire movie. I really wouldn't. Actually, that would be fine. He was Baghead for all of the original second one, wasn't he?
I am willing to bet there's some pretty cool shit in here.
I think they just wandered into Jason's house. You imagine what that shit smells like?
What if some homeless person lives here? No homeless.
Does he do dishes? Does he have running water?
Oh. You hungry?
Ugh. This is eerily similar to the scene in... Actually, basically the whole movie, Halloween Resurrection, where they're walking around the Myers house. Looks almost exactly like this.
Look at how old this shit is.
Does this say made in Taiwan?
It's like it was dragged here from another century.
Is there somebody behind her? Or is he behind her? I can't tell exactly where they are in relationship to each other in this house. Oh, okay, now I can. Yeah, see, don't show me all this kind of shit. This cheesy backstory stuff. I don't like this. More mystery, less history. The more and more I get into watching horror movies and thinking about what they do and how they go about it and how the fans react and what it leads to down the road, I always come back to Halloween and why is that one so much more enthralling than the others? And I really think it's because they don't over-explain themselves. They leave enough out in the open, unexplained, on the table, for people to come up with their theories and have these arguments and these what ifs, and it's never settled. It can never be settled. That is when, and anytime somebody tries to settle it and explain it, they fuck it up.
Like right now. Come on. Please. Oh, you like that? Wait for me. No, I think I'm gonna. Oh, no. Just give me.
Like Scream 1 was so great, but it's wrapped up so neatly. The killers are exposed, explained, killed at the end of the movie. It's all tied up, cleaned. They're not supernatural. They're not coming back. So the magic captured by that beginning part of the movie is hard to redo once the curtain's pulled.
Come on, dude.
If Jason was just a guy who lived in a cabin in the woods, was kind of like mountain man like, and just killed people with a machete wearing a hockey mask and really didn't have any explanation, I like that a lot better. I don't want them exploring his house and finding these stupid ass toys that literally look like they're ripoffs from Halloween Resurrection. We have plenty of gratuitous nudity in this scene, and she gets killed in a way that I don't want to say I really like. I really like it. Yeah, I do. I will say I really like it. I think it's a creative kill. It's a shout out to Jason X, I think, which is also, it's one of the most hilarious movies or hilarious parts in any horror movie I've ever seen. And it's one of my probably my only part I like about Jason X, where he picks up the girl in the sleeping bag and hits the other girl with her. He slinks her over his shoulder and he's just bashing the... Oh man, it's like he's hitting two pillows together, but there's bodies inside them. I thought that was a very creative, funny thing to do when you know you're kind of doing a bullshit movie anyway. This one takes itself more seriously, rightfully so. And so she's going to get strung up in a sleeping bag hung from a tree above the fire. I don't know how accurate it is, though, because she dies before she even falls out of the thing.
Come on, man. Gotta get back to the fucking tent.
Now, homeboy's going to see his friend's glow stick on the ground, and he...
Fucking jerk, you found the weed.
Is this when Jason just comes running up at him? Oh, fuck, he cut his ear off? Oh, she's in the tent. He didn't even fuck with her. He just sliced that shit open and went right for it. I like it. The at least deeper into the sequels of Friday the 13th, the original run, there would be more like, what was that noise? Well, I guess they kind of did that in the tent. That's why he went out to investigate. Oh, bear trap! Fuck! That's a lot like the 2006 Texas Chainsaw Massacre. God damn, stripped to the bone it looks like. Fuck, and the more you strain, the worse it is. And she's getting burned alive, hung with that in that sleeping bag. This Jason's smarter, it seems. He's coming up with some creative shit. Back to the house. Cabin, whatever the fuck you want to call it. This is too civilized for my Jason. Get out of here with this. If he wanted to live in a place with a fucking bathtub, he'd just stay at the camp. See, this is more of what I don't like. We don't need the mom's head in the shrine with all the candles. I don't give a fuck if his mother was his weakness in the other ones. Dead that. It's dumb. So like dipshits, they reach in and grab the head and drop the skull in the tub. Nice booty. That girl is low-key hot as fuck. They do the final girls are usually cute, but they're not like supermodel. They're like kind of the girl next door, low-key cute. Tends to be the trend. Nev Campbell, Jamie Lee Curtis, this girl. Well, I guess you have fucking Jennifer Love Hewitt. But when I'm watching that movie, it's almost distracting how fine she is. She's so pretty. She got in the bathtub. She's smart. See the baghead look. I like it. I like it a lot. And you could come out with marketing and merch for the baghead look. Excuse me. And then if you're successful in the follow-up, you bring out the mask, marketing, merch, mask. Boom. What? I'm a little bit surprised that they didn't get a sequel out of this. I don't know if people just weren't interested. I don't know. Because as you may or may not know, I'm in the midst of doing commentaries on the Child's Play movies. And I just did Seed of Chucky yesterday, and it's fucking treacherous. That shit is horrible. So, to see how... The only one I really like is Bride of Chucky. And to see how many movies they got out of shit that I don't think is very good at all, and this couldn't get one sequel, I'm a bit amazed. Homegirl died burning in the sleeping bag. She's got smoke coming out of her mouth. And he's getting his shin stripped like a chicken wing by this bear trap. I wonder if he put blue cheese on it to be polite. It's blue cheese with wings of fuck your mother. Oh shit, Oh! I like this Jason. I like it a lot. See, it makes it look like he hits her there. But we know later he doesn't. Spoilers. See, that was weird. That was like one movie. Now this is 6 weeks later. Okay. So the only significance of any of that at the beginning was, I guess, to give you the backstory on Jason in two separate ways. To show you the mom being beheaded and then have the campfire explanation. And then we have the sister survive.
Babies have more space in the uterus.
Now, this is our next, quote-unquote, crucial or main group of friends that the movie's going to follow. We got Brock or Mason or Dirk, whatever this douchebag's name is. This waspy-looking motherfucker. And then... Is that Willa Ford? What is that girl's name? I think she's a singer of some sort. I want to figure that out. We get to see her titties anyway. She's got those little, like, baby toe nipples.
I'm looking for my sister. She's gone missing about a month and a half ago.
And here's Dean from Gilmore Girls.
I think you're actually going to get laid?
I don't watch it, but my wife watched the shit out of it, so I've caught parts of a few episodes, listened to it from the other room. You know how that goes.
Okay. So just get behind me. I'm not going to pay for that shit.
I recognize his girlfriend.
Wire in the window or something?
She's been in other things. Maybe when she was younger.
Goes up to me.
Why is nobody answering my questions? Are you guys even listening?
Real. Was he here? Maybe I could talk to him. Maybe if he understands the situation. Hey, are you gonna buy something? I mean, you've been up here for quite a while yapping, so.
This guy's an asshole.
Sure. Yeah. Thanks. So we have 2 waters and some gas. Water and some gas. Guess I'm an asshole. You okay, bro? Everything good? Yeah, everything's fine. Thanks.
What a douche. I want to punch that guy in the throat.
So you don't want to be friends after this? You don't want to hang out?
I want to grab him by his unbuttoned shirt and pull it down around his arms so that he can't move them. Smack him in the face.
Yep.
I'm sorry.
I bet he's wearing flip-flops. I'm going to stomp on his toes, kick him in the leg, take a couple of steps back, try to make him run after me. Fill his cargo shirts up with cement. He put one of the flyers under the windshield wiper. Serves you right, you bitch. Oh, Dean, you're so beautiful. It's a shame you could never get into mainstream film. Camp Crystal Lake, motherfucker. Gonna kill some teens, motherfucker. Dean on a bike, motherfucker. Getting chased by the cops, motherfucker. Now we're parked, motherfucker.
Welcome back, Wayne.
Shut your fucking face, Uncle Fucker.
Son, I know you think about it.
So Dean is the brother of the girl that Jason was just pursuing at the end of the last scene. She's been missing for 6 weeks, and he is now in Crystal Lake searching for her.
There's no evidence. Anything happened to Whitney Miller or
And based off the conversation he's having with the cop now, he's been canvassing the area for some time, and they're trying to basically convey to him that they don't think that she is there or alive if she is. Like, basically, you're wasting your time, buddy. We've tried this.
Probably just took off together. Just died of cancer, I tell you that.
But he's got a good point.
She did.
Their mom just died of cancer, and the sister didn't go to the funeral, and that's very out of character for her.
Every single day.
It is time for a motherfucking cigarette.
See, you just don't know my sister. That's not possible.
I tried to know your sister, but the roofies wore off. So I just pulled my tongue out her ass and left.
Try looking someplace else. That's what the other families are doing.
Nice Escalade. He's driving a Escalade. Fancy Tahoe. She's a fancy Tahoe. Woo woo. She is a hoe. She fucks that dude later. And the girlfriend doesn't even seem mad about it. And he doesn't even seem to be trying to hide it. I'm very confused by the dynamics of these people.
Why you gotta go racial? Look, don't put me in a box, alright? What? Because I'm black, I can't listen to Green Day?
Come on, man.
You're right, that was dumb. So, what kind of music? Rap.
Pulling that why you being racist shit when she's right on the nose. Sounds like stereotypes are stereotypes for a reason.
Alright guys, we have 2 bedrooms upstairs. We've got 1 down. So we can take a couch. Comfy as hell.
Wow.
Nice, huh?
That is a fierce pussy.
It's actually Bobcat. My dad's first kill. You know, I didn't think this long ass car ride was gonna be worth it, but worth it.
I didn't mean to say that all stereotypes. I didn't mean to validate stereotypes. But what I'm saying is, when a black guy that looks like him says he's starting a label, 99% of the time it's going to be rap music. So I get that he's trying to be cheeky and cute and funny, but so many people pull that this is racist card that it's not funny when the one person who doesn't really have a right to pull it pulls it. And so the majority of the time in that conversation she's going to be right. So there's a reason for that, and that's because most of the time when you have a guy that's black and says that he's starting a label, not a record company, a label, that terminology, it's probably going to be for rap. Oh, Dean. Your hair is like in between lengths. It could be a little shorter or a little longer. I don't like it how it is. Do something about it. Right now. Oh, shit. Fucking A. I didn't remember that. And I didn't think that this is where he was. I thought that I should have known that he's not at the other house because the other house is really fucking nice. I'm an idiot.
Maybe you've seen somebody.
I just forgot about this scene altogether.
She came camping up around here.
Is this the generic spooky old person who's gonna warn him?
Candace is dead.
Yeah.
Go messing around here, they're gone for good.
Well, I guess she's just got
Bring trouble.
first-hand knowledge.
They left alone. So is he.
If Jason really has been just out in the woods for this long, there's probably a good amount of people that have disappeared in the woods over the years. I'm just saying. Which to me poses another question. Why skip the time? Why do they make movies? Of course, there's artists who want to express their artistic side, get their creation out there, expose it to people, get adulation, all the above. But the main reason is to make money, right? And the best way to make money in horror is to have a long-running franchise. It's reliable. So if that's the goal, why skip time? That's money. That's a movie. Do the whole lifespan. Get as many out of it as you can. Like, I don't understand the skipping of large portions of time when it's unnecessary. I thought that it was kind of when Rob Zombie did it.
What do you think they're gonna do? I mean,
Never mind, we'll go back to this movie.
how are they gonna pull off the getaway? We're all leaving in the same car.
See, I think they're a couple, but she's realizing that he's a fucking asshole. He's just a show-off, cocky douchebag. He wants everybody to laud him for his nice house and his nice shit and his fancy stuff, when it's his parents, most likely. I would almost guarantee it's his parents. It's some old money shit. See, to have all that shit, I guarantee his parents don't relax. They might relax while they're there, occasionally on set-aside days, but they're doing something to pay for all that. Now we get the MC from fucking It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. Oh shit, you brought your crew, baby. He plays he plays a decent hillbilly fuck though. You almost caught your nuts in the ball return, boy. Don't you know to keep your fingers away from the buzzsaw once shit gets churning? You almost put a pork chop around your neck and opened a can of whoop ass. Fell into the alligator pit. You almost opened the barn door sideways.
It's Mr. Garrett's property. You're lucky that old mummy fart didn't come out here and put buckshots in your ass. Somebody's been stealing fucking kerosene too.
Why are you being so combative with me? I'm just trying to talk to you. You having a rough life? Why do I feel like this isn't about us?
I wish I had, man.
Alright, you perv.
Take care.
It's a real throwaway character. He does a decent job with the role, though. I never understood when people just... I guess this is probably a safe environment to try to sell somebody weed. You're pretty sure this guy's not a cop. You probably know both of the cops in the area.
Fuck your shit up, boy.
I wonder how long ago he found the weed, because that would have to cure before it would be smokable.
Well, having them here, then why did you invite
And he probably doesn't know how to do it right.
so they can
You'd have to pick it at just the right time.
Have a good weekend.
I've never even grown weed, and these are just things I've known. This Beatles haircut fuck Christmas t-shirt guy is...
No, that's okay.
The characters just aren't quite as good as they could be. The Asian guy is pretty cool. I think the black guy is pretty cool.
I trust you.
This guy sucks, but he's supposed to. But he's not good enough.
Just take a right on a town road.
The girls are just kind of generic and there for eye candy.
Technology, right?
It's all just a little bland. It's almost like they were afraid of pushing the wrong button, so they didn't push any.
I kept it.
Yeah, straight.
This fucking guy, he trusts you to drive that Escalade and you're going through this dirt road over bumps and potholes and moguls, flying, catching air. I would whoop your ass with your own ass. Like, double leg into north-south. I'm gonna do some slightly gay shit and take your own belt off of you while holding you in north-south.
No.
Maybe get neon belly for the final pull up, like that lawnmower start motion to get the belt completely out of the loops. And I'm gonna let you. Well, maybe I won't let you up. I'll stand up. You can get up if you want to, but I'm gonna whip your ass with your own belt, like you stole something.
I think that too much.
Because you basically did. You stole value from that car.
Here we have the
That's not your right.
mail.
Told you you could drive it. I didn't tell you you could damage it, you cocksucker. Comes back to John Travolta in Pulp Fiction. It is a low blow to fuck with another man's automobile. It would have been worth him doing it just so I could catch him doing it. Like, that's
Yeah.
true to life shit. That is real.
Why is he in my house?
A family member of mine told me a story once.
No. He's got to get going. You got flyers to pass out, right?
He had a big old car with a long, it was a two-door with a long door.
Clay?
And he was at his girlfriend's and he came outside and somebody was stealing his stereo. They were laying on the ground underneath the dashboard and the door was open and he came up and slammed the door on him and beat the shit out of him and told him he better never see him again. See, that's the kind of satisfying moment you want if somebody is going to fuck with your car.
What happens then?
This scene here, this confrontation, I understand both sides of the argument. If I'm Dean, I'm like, you're a douchebag. I don't give a fuck what you say. I'm here. But if I'm the other guy, I'm like, why'd you bring him into my house? You know that this isn't going to go well. Like, is this what you want? Is this what you want? Is this what you want?
But you know how it goes.
Fine, go with him. Go. I'm going to have sex with this big titty blonde girl.
Yeah. Yeah, I know.
My fucking slippers have a tie on them for no reason, and it keeps coming untied, and it's annoying as all get out. Some bullshit. So Devin Sawa's half brother is taking his bushel of weed to his barn GTA hideout. This is all pretty generic too. He's gonna smoke some weed. You get your shout out to the weed smokers, which comprise a large percentage of the horror audience, I think. Tends to be intertwined into most horror films. A little bit of weed. And then he's gonna look at Playboy. So we've got weed and gratuitous nudity at the same time. Plenty of gratuitous nudity in this film. It's odd that that's the only button they chose to push. They just went hard on the nudity button. And it's all tits. No bush, no ass. I don't think any bush. Maybe that opening scene, the doggy style girl, maybe a little bush. I don't think so though. In 2009, it was a buzz cut at best. I don't know why I keep saying bush. I don't know why I said it best, at worst. Just Go ahead and take that all off for me. I'll even return the favor. How about that? Too many horror scenes feel like they were created just to add a kill. Like, you feel like this guy is in the movie only to add a kill. It's a good kill, and this is where Jason gets his mask, but I wish there was more meaning to the story along the way.
It's been a long time, Nina. You remember that special night you had? Remember when you took my reunion?
I think horror movies are too concentrated on like a get in and get out mentality instead of building like a deep plot that is also scary. What lies beneath is creepy and scary and is a good movie. Like, you're trying to figure out what is happening. See, he thinks about putting the bag back on his head, and he sees the mask laying on the floor. And you get a scene there's a lot of Michael Myers in this movie, because this scene where he puts the mask on and it's like this reveal is very reminiscent of Michael Myers acquiring his mask in the movies 4, 5. He already has it in 6, I think. And in H2O. Rob Zombies, he gets... Anyway. Starting to drift off. Getting a little bit tired. Now they're going to drive his boat without permission and crash it. I mean, it's because they get murdered, but still. Crashing a boat's crashing a boat. I don't think my insurance agent is going to care if you got murdered while you were driving it. You still crashed it. The fuck, dude? If you think I'm going to your funeral, you're out of your mind.
About 6 months ago, we got in a fight, actually.
If you think you're invited to my birthday, you're even more out of your mind.
Said she was counting on me, and I never showed. Excuse me.
What is that?
It's GPS.
It's GPS.
So somebody was lost out here, and presumably they still are because they lost their GPS.
All right, you ready?
I don't think they understood how... Oh, she's wakeboarding topless. Seems like it would hurt if you fall. This fucking... Oh, shit! It's your girlfriend, haven't you... I'm trying to picture being in this situation if I had, like, a girl that I was hanging out with, or my wife wakeboarding topless behind the boat. If I would be looking back and going, oh, shit! I mean, it'd be pleasant enough to look at, but I don't feel like the oh, shit... And anyway, she's so fucking hot. Spirited game of beer pong. He's got to shoot the boot. Takes his dirty ass shoe off and fills it with beer. Fuck you. I'm gonna need a tetanus shot after that shit. I know that's for metal. Still. I'm gonna get the chitis in my bronchals. I'm gonna develop respiratory illness. I'm gonna have deviated septum, deteriorated nasal passages, clogged arteries. Well, I think you're immune because it's your shoe. I think that's how that works. It's not cheating because it's your shoe. Oh! She bailed, topless. She just got bikini bottoms on. Water is unforgiving when you slap it like that. Now he's like gonna get javelined in the head. Oh, it's an arrow. Okay. Not what a hunter would do. The head moves around too much. He would have shot him in the heart. And then this boat just speeds towards her and smacks her in the fucking dome. Oh, god damn it. I thought the propeller was going to get involved, but they go a different route with it. And instead of doing some dumb movie shit where she's dead or knocked out cold, she's just hurt really fucking bad trying to swim. Jason's now all masked up, and they're a little more brazen with showing his face. She's all disoriented trying to find the shore, and Jason's just standing there at the water line staring at her, and then pulls out a big fucking machete. Oh, I remember this kill. We even got underwater titty shots. Dean's like the Somalian pirate in that Tom Hanks movie. I am captain now. Except for he's looking at the dirt guy. This is my girlfriend now. He just took his girlfriend and was just walking through the woods with her. She's mine. I like this kill a lot too. This girl's hiding under the dock, and Jason is on top with a harpoon or a javelin, and he's gonna stab it through the deck into her head and lift her up again, so we can get more gratuitous titties. The only problem is that the blood looks pretty digital. This mid-2000s. The digital blood is just not on point once you go up into high definition shit. It works well enough, like it's not horribly fake where you're like, what the fuck is that? But I still look at it and go, that's not normal. That's not what it would look like. They've been walking for so long, the sun went down. Dirk doesn't care where his girlfriend is at all. What's his sister's name? Heather? Amy? Rachel? Jennifer? Connie? Frances? Fonda? Peters? Eileen? Ben? Dover? Informer. Yay. More walking around this house that we thoroughly saw earlier in the movie. I hate that this cabin house thing is in here. And that it's this big and has this much shit in it.
You really should call the police.
Yeah, I've already called the police and I'm looking for her anymore. No one is except for me.
Then they should look harder because
It's too human for me.
I'm okay. I'm okay.
You sure?
I know that I said I wanted him to be human. I guess it's too civilized. That's what I said earlier. Civilized is the more appropriate.
Let's get out of here.
Oh no, doll with a black face. Some mischievous shit going on here. It's shot well. It's lit well. It's edited well. I think it could have done with some better writing choices and better acting. No offense to all involved. I'm sure you did your best. But some of the performances and interactions just aren't convincing or riveting or interesting in any way. Oh, you left your backpack out. This part's badass. He just drops that dead body on the ground and he's gonna hurl these fucking canoes out of here like a maniac. It's like Hulkamania running wild, or the Ultimate Warrior when he shakes the fucking ropes around. You can feel it, dude. Here it comes. Oh, he knows how to switch them lights on. He's got electricity out in this motherfucker. Who's paying the bill? You paying the bill? Look at him toss those goddamn things out. Kane on a rampage. Ken Shamrock when he snapped. Did they get out of there when he went to turn the light on? I think we could do with a slightly less odd looking head, too. With the bare spots and the thin, long hair. Just go a little more mountain man-ish with it. I'm thinking like Wrong Turn style. But bigger, of course. I think the people, the mountain people in Wrong Turn are slight. Camp Crystal Lake, where we wake and bake. For goodness sake, you've got to have a taste. Now, oh, she's alive. We finally see. It's a big reveal. The story would really have nowhere to go if she wasn't still alive. Like, she's in a... There's like a tripwire hooked to bells that are in her room. There's like an alarm system. And wherever she is either far enough away or deep enough underground that they can't hear her screaming for shit. And she's screaming at the top of her lungs. She probably smells so bad. She's been wearing those same clothes for 6 weeks. How big is this fucking underground labyrinth of shit? Now this feels like House of a Thousand Corpses / Halloween 6. Of course, it's way dirtier. Halloween 6 is the hospital scene and the ruins and Thorn and all that shit. But just the complexity in this underground lair shit, and how does he keep all this up and running? And why would he want all this space? Like, how did he get... The camp's abandoned and he just uses all the camp shit, all of it. His existence is too obvious, I guess. What's bothering me about it? Anybody who showed up at this place in daylight and investigated would be like, oh, somebody's living here. They'd probably run into him, but they would see evidence of life and that somebody has been on the premises regularly. Clay is her brother's name. In this, I keep calling him Dean because that's his name in Gilmore Girls. But anyway, what was always so scary about Jason before was that he was kind of... It was almost like he was a part of the wilderness. It was like he just blended in, seamless. He'd come and go as he pleased. He'd sneak up on people. So the appearance of the camp during the day and most of the time was very benign. And then he would just kind of pop out and you'd have these moments of horror or terror where people would venture out into the woods and he would get them. But to have him kind of running this whole compound of the abandoned camp, He's like the last survivor of Jonestown. Speaking of Jonestown, my wife and I just finished that series on AMC, and it is some fucking deep shit. Like, it's heavy. Talking to the survivors and hearing their stories. Seeing those piles of bodies. Unbelievable.
It's okay.
Oh, she knows his name from the headboard. The last time I watched this, when she called him Jason, I was like, what? How the fuck does she know? But she was told the story at the campfire. She saw the bed in the cabin with his name on it. She's a smart girl. She figured that out. She did some quick math. Ooh-wee. She's in the movie just to be naked and fuck the blonde guy and get killed. Sorry, I'm not talking. I'm grooving around and looking at her. That's what she's there for. I don't mean it for her entire life. I mean, in this movie, her purpose at this point is for me to look at her.
I have a better shot at fucking the penguin than that girl.
Yeah, that would be the truth. Because she's angling for the rich guy. Him. I guess he's slightly concerned about his girlfriend. Is that why he's staring out the window? He hasn't said anything yet.
Here's daddy issues and fucking douchebags. Let's just all be one.
Even though he's got a girlfriend and she's not there now, he just looked up at him like he's encroaching on territory by approaching her. That was the vibe. I got some like male aggression shit based off the look on his face. She's humoring him right now, but I don't think she's actually interested. She's really just kind of leading him on. Oh, god damn it.
Just broke my dad's fucking chair! I don't care about your fucking lip. This is a family heirloom. Oh my god, I'm so sorry.
Just tell him somebody tripped and fell and broke it. Accidents happen.
You can fix it. You know, you better pull some MacGyver shit. I go to the tool shed. It's down the path. Yeah.
Go to the tool shed, it's down the path. You snob fuck.
Call me the wood wizard because I masturbate a lot. Grab a flashlight, you fucking idiot.
See, now she's pulling up on homeboy.
Forget about it. He'll fix it. Let's go finish.
See, at what point did these two start getting together and he's just writing off his girlfriend is gone? Quick transitions.
Ugly fucking shit anyway.
I guess this is a totally realistic situation. I can see many people I've known engaging in such behavior, both on the male and female side of things. So don't look at that. You're going to be blind now when you look in the darkness. Got to adjust your eyes. I'm also not a big fan of flashlights. I know that they help you see, but if anybody is anywhere within eye shot,
Jesus Christ.
it's like a signal that's saying, look at me, I'm over here. I'm right here, come get me, I'm right here.
You would never use this shit. Fucking douchebag. Skis.
It's just a homing beacon. Follow the glowing light. Damn, cupboard full of Maker's Mark.
Hug a woman, hug a skeleton. Oh. That just smells like money.
You don't look old enough to be able to differentiate expensive alcohol from cheap alcohol.
I knew there was a reason for your friendship.
I can't do it either, but I don't drink very much.
Alright, you don't have to worry about
Now you're gonna break that shit and have more explaining to do.
it. Grease wheels with this shit. Payment for being a douchebag.
I'd agree with that. You gotta charge him a fee. There's a tax for being such an asshole. And plus, you're living the good life. Look at this shit.
Oh, wow.
Those are some... I think those might be real. Those look real. Those are nice. God damn. Again, she was probably cast primarily for her tits. It's her most important part in the movie. And this is me. This is very likely what I would be doing. I don't know. He's about to jerk off. That's not what I would be doing. In the living room of this dude's house when I don't know where everybody is, and if anybody's going to pop out of the woodwork and catch me, no fucking way. Take your ass to the bathroom. You need a smartphone, man, because you really just gonna jerk off in the living room? Yeah. See, this is what happens when you try to jerk off in the living room.
There's a guy out there carrying a dead body.
Jennifer, what's going on?
I don't know.
Who's the dead body?
Fuck with me because I'm high?
Are you fucking with me because I'm high? You don't get too high to understand that situation. You wouldn't be like, am I high and misinterpreting what you're saying? Are you just fucking with me? You'd sober up real quick.
I don't know.
Adrenaline would kick in.
Chelsea told them left like hours ago. They went to the lake and stuff.
Well, what about Trent? Bree?
They're in the bedroom.
She's filming it? Oh, there's a little bit of booty. Nice, sweet talk. What the fuck is he saying to her? Is that what girls want to hear? Not in my experience. You have perfect nipple placement, baby. So this is his girlfriend beating on the door while he's in there fucking this girl. And he shouts, shut the fuck up. Like, just let me finish real quick. I'll be out there.
There's a guy out there. Trent?
It'd be awesome if Jason came up and threw that dead body against the window from the outside of the bedroom while they were fucking. That'd be scary. But he's gonna come down here and get this guy who just can't stop fucking around with stuff. You're a goddamn idiot, man. You're an accident waiting to happen. I kind of get why the waspy, preppy douchebag is so untrusting of these guys. Every time he gives them a little bit of leash, look at what they fucking do. They drive his car all over hell. They crash his boat. They break his chair. They drink his dad's booze. They break the light bulb in the shed. Like, Jesus Christ. Is Jason in here? Was he already in here? Oh, yeah. He's big as fuck.
Oh, God, you scared the shit out of me, bro.
Who do you think that is?
Are you looking for this?
You're just calling him. He happens to have a hockey stick and he says, are you looking for this? Ah. Physical humor, Jason. He made a small attempt to fight back. You needed to engage that shit as soon as you turned around and saw him, not be like, bro, you scared the shit out of me. He's terrifying looking. Definitely doesn't look like anybody you know to be at the party. Yeah, it's an alright kill. It doesn't look bad. It's just not overly creative. How many creative kills can you come up with? What hasn't been done? Why would your cell phone kill someone? I mean, it's a cell phone. Yeah, show me more. I was totally wrong about not seeing any ass. See how close to the pubic bone it's showing on her, and you don't see a trace of hair. She's got those little dimples above her ass. There is Jason outside the window. He needed to toss the dead body against it. She rolled over there. No bush. There was a Halloween script that didn't get made where Michael went in and there was a couple fucking, and he like grabbed the dude by the hips and fucked the girl to death with him. That would have fit there, I think. That would have been a fitting way for these guys to die. He just watched them. And he cut the power off. I'm not familiar enough with the Jason lore to know if that's something he normally does. That seems like more of a Michael thing.
Lawrence, what are you doing?
It's quite possible.
Let me go get him.
It's a generic horror movie thing. Everybody knows. Phone lines, power, cars. He just took like a wok or a frying pan out and a flashlight. This is your solution? Like, I'm okay with the decision to have him go out there, but the fact that he thinks this is what he's going to defend himself with is bananas. Or does he have a like a sword, or what is that fucking thing? Crowbar? I can't see it well enough. He does have some type of an implement, but it's going to be difficult to hit something with that while holding the flashlight in the same hand. He's going to end up dropping the flashlight. Oh, it's a golf club? Or a fire poker. God damn it. You need to watch your back. Watch your back! Watch your back! Nobody likes the tuna here, asshole. Road's closed, pizza boy. Find another way home. You ought not talk like that. You just a boy. Road closed, pizza boy. Find another way home. Mm-hmm. Oh, I broke the window again. Dad's gonna be pissed. I'll just tell him you did it. But I didn't do it. I know. Jason took the time to hide the body in the freezer. Way to drop the frying pan and make yourself known. Again, sending out signals. He did not put the body in the freezer. He hung it up on the ceiling. Okay. More Michael Myers-like stuff. Yeah, try to fight back. I appreciate it. I can get down with that. Did he just stab him? It must be a fire poker. I think he just stabbed him in the leg with it. Jason is strong, but he's more human in this version. Oh, the axe, though. Is he going to throw it at him? I like running Jason. Yes, he is going to throw it at him. Ooh, shit. Got him right in the back. That's good shit. I like that scene. Oh, fuck. Are they going to be able to see him?
Lawrence,
You can't go out there.
we have to help him.
No, we can't.
Help him how?
Your friend is baked. He wants us to go out there.
You don't know that. Jesus, where?
Then you go, douchebag. Leave me the keys to the car. Oh, wait. Somebody stole it from you. This Jason is definitely smarter. I think he really is using him as bait. I just thought he hadn't caught up to him yet. Or maybe I'm right. What is he gonna... Oh! That was a different way to accomplish that. Instead of pushing the axe farther into him, he threw him at the ground. And the ground pushed the axe farther in. How the fuck did he get up there? This is parkour, Jason. It's a good shot. It just doesn't make a lot of sense. Oh, would you find your dad's little pistol? You gonna do some damage? You ever shot that before? You know how to brace your wrist? You gonna watch for the kickback? You wanna break your perfect nose? That is a dope fucking house. It's too bad he doesn't deserve it. His parents probably do, but all we have to go on right now is him acting like that's all his and he's king shit of fuck mountain. There's no way Jason fit through that window. Unless he opened it, climbed through, and closed it again. Partially. Shower curtain ring division. Ooh, good shot there, too. I liked that. The reveal with the shower curtain. He has two eyes? I thought the point of the bag only having one eye hole cut in it is because he only had one eye. Is he just straight up suffocating her to death? Oh, yeah. Are those antlers gonna hold her whole weight up? They managed to get a hold of the police. What do you say? Does Jason know what cops are? He appears to know what cops are. Or be aware of the approaching person. Like, he's more human and intelligent in this for sure. I feel like the previous Jason, he would have just been going berserker style, and this cop would have approached and Jason would have been completely unaware of it until they were interacting with each other. Maybe I'm wrong. Could be a misobservation. I've seen a lot of the Friday the 13th movies, but I haven't seen them enough times for it to be really in there, like with Halloween.
Police!
Oh. Excuse me. Oh, get up, come on, get down with the sickness. He stabbed a fire poker through his eye and brains went through the door with the fire poker. That was another not bad.
What are you doing? Is he inside the house?
They're doing a lot of better shit here at the end. There was just so much garbage to get here.
What are you doing? Give me the gun.
Someone's in there.
Oh my god. Billy Blastoff over here shooting everything that moves. It's gonna be out of bullets in T-minus 30 seconds.
Bree's dead. He killed Bree.
You don't know that. For all you know, you killed Bree. You just shot the fucking door 3 times blindly. Love how the door opens so easily with a body attached to it. It doesn't affect its ability to swing or anything. Just add a 200-pound man to the front of the door, like a wreath. I'm actually like into it now. I'm kind of disappointed that they did so poorly with the middle portion. Because they're making it good again, right here at the end. It's action-packed like a motherfucker. The build just wasn't what it should have been, I guess. This is the payoff, but the build wasn't interesting, so therefore it was not a build. It was just some shit you had to sit through in order to get to the... It's like the breading on a chicken nugget. Yeah, it's a essential part. But you really want to get to the meat, right? Chicken nugget's probably a bad example. We'll say chicken strip. A nice, good, crispy chicken is good. But when they go overboard with that breading, it just kind of overpowers it. It can ruin it. It's what we're looking at a little bit here. You had to be willing to sit through all that breading to get to this meat. Oh, fuck. Oh. Who is this? Was he doing very well last night? Jason doesn't drive. What the fuck is going on right now? Is this a Texas Chainsaw Massacre mashup? You're gonna get got while you're waiting. And there it is. Oh, he spiked him onto the back of the truck as it sped away. Nice. Waiting for that guy to die the whole fucking movie. His poor parents. They don't know where their Escalade is. The suspension's probably jacked now. They don't know where their boat is. It's probably wrecked into the beach. Interior of their house is all damaged, covered with blood. Their son is dead. I don't know if they really care about that one. He's probably a dependent still. Our precious baby boy. Everybody else thinks he's a douchebag. Glad he's precious to you. The rest of the world should suffer so that you can have your precious baby boy. What was... Does he have a weapon? Oh, she finally screamed at the right time. Thank God you had the proper tool for the job. You would have had to try to lay on the floor and get a hard-on, put your dick in there. I think you'd have to put your dick in there and get a hard-on with your dick already in there so it could expand to the size of the hole. And then you'd have to get her to like push up on your feet and prop the door open. And then you'd have to lay in a very uncomfortable position, like a quasi-handstand. Wait for your erection to get soft so that you could then fall out of the hole onto the floor and go down through the trap door. That's the most obvious solution I can come up with anyway. I think it would work. It'd be like a cock push-up, but it's a cock pull-up. And you can only do one, because one is all you need. See, the trouble is we had to come back to this cabin underground labyrinth shit so he can find his sister. Don't you get tired of your hair being in your face? Oh, it's not now. They must have cut so that you could fix it. Oh my god. Reunited and it feels so good. Never gonna dance again. Guilty feet have got no rhythm.
Come on, you guys, let's go. You break it. No, just break it. Just break it. Yeah, just go.
Cut my fucking hand off, dude. I don't care. Get me out of here. What I got to do? What I've got to do?
Get out of here. Come on, you guys. Let's go. Come on. No, just fucking do it.
Oh shit. Shit just got real. She's still chained up and Jason is in the building. It's the Popo, bitch. Run.
Let's go. Come on, hurry. Go.
This is a little bit shot shitty and lit. Like, it was hard for me to even tell what was going on there for a second. See who's who. This is decent. Oh, he's mad. They ran off with his Jenny. My precious. In pursuit of my precious. That's a horrible impression. I apologize for that. I won't do that one again. She's my sister first, bro. Maybe the person most capable of defending themselves shouldn't go through the whole first. Oh, damn. Didn't see that kill coming. Alright. Upping the ante a little bit. It would have been a little bit weird to have 3 people survive, but... Fuck. So everybody from that second crew of people dies. Because he was separate from them and she's from the first crew of people.
I think this might be the way out.
She was the only one that didn't get naked and show her tits, too. You're supposed to survive. Those are the rules. Maybe that's why it caught me so off guard. She didn't seem like an obviously discardable character. Once it got to be 3-on-1, though, I started going like, can't you guys maybe handle this situation? 3-on-1 is some odds. You take his knees, I'll take his head, you take his back, I don't know. Now we've got Hell in the Cell. It's The Undertaker versus Rey Mysterio. With Trish Stratus forced to watch from below. We've got Trish! Trish is trapped in the cage! Trish is trapped in the cage! This big old motherfucker. He is intimidating. The hair bugs me. It just doesn't fit right. It's just not what he's supposed to look like. And I don't mean supposed to look like in terms of the lore or staying true to Jason. I mean aesthetically. It doesn't fit to me. Kick him in the top of the head. Or in the face. Did he fall down the chute? Oh, he caught your leg. I got your hood. I got your hood. I'm glad that he doesn't talk. That's one of the best things about him. They don't even flirt with it. No style whatsoever except for the breathing. Excuse me. What do you think of item 99? It's the bee's knees. Way to just stumble into the fucking farm equipment. It looks like he hurt his hand. Is Jason in there? Wasn't he following you? Wouldn't he be behind you? And then again, this place probably has a couple of doors, and you don't know your way around it. Picking up a weapon would probably be a good idea. I'd be doing less time looking, more time picking up. Just grab anything, and then if you see something better, grab that. But start by grabbing something. Fuck. Woo! That was like a callback to the end of, which Friday the 13th was that? The one where he jumps through the window and grabs her, and he looks like the weird mongoloid mountain man. Which is kind of what I would prefer he look like in this. Just not with the mask off. They show us Jason with his mask off in the other films for no reason way too often. It's just not necessary. Oh, is that a rototiller or fucking what is that thing? Wood chipper? How would you do it? Wood chipper. He's going for the Fargo style kill here. Ooh. It's like a giant garbage disposal. Right in your face. Oh, she's got a locket with a picture and she knows your name. Now you're not murderous anymore. You big softy. Looky, you're just a teddy bear.
It's okay.
Just look like Bert Kreischer's brother with Down syndrome. How do you bear trap somebody's back? That was unusual. Could have chosen something that made more sense there. Ooh, the chain in the wood chipper to pull him up. But what if the chain breaks? Beat him like a piñata. Don't be satisfied with your work. See? See? Ooh, now you got hit in the face by a 4x4. Oh, he fell though, and it's continuing to pull the chain in. Is it just gonna straight up mincemeat him? I don't remember this. I don't remember this at all. What's gonna happen? This is intense.
Jason! Say hi to Mommy.
Hi to Mommy. So does the thing pull him in or not? That say hi to Mommy in hell was a little kind of anticlimactic. Oh, no, it's a sunny day. At least it's not like that fucking fog clearing moment. Is that Jason? they just take him and push him into the water? They did. Why didn't that thing continue to pull him in and just mincemeat him? So this is this is how they left it open-ended so there could be a sequel. So they kind of wanted there to be one. They just didn't quite get there. It's a satisfactory movie, but it just doesn't create the urge for a sequel. I feel like they could run it back now. I'd be down for that. Just come hard with it. Go big or go home. Another issue they have is they don't have any one thing besides Jason that carries the franchise. They don't have a Laurie Strode, a Dr. Loomis, anything that they can call upon to bring back into the fold to garner interest. Like when Halloween 2018 decides they decide to roll that out, they got a lot of interest just because they were bringing back Jamie Lee Curtis. That's something that they have in their back pocket that Friday the 13th doesn't have. That there's no character to bring back. There's nobody but Jason. So that was the remake of Friday the 13th, and coming from watching all these Chucky movies recently, it was a breath of fresh air. I thoroughly enjoyed most of it. There's parts where it gets a bit generic. Seems like it's got a lot of filler in the middle. Excuse me, great hiccups. In the middle especially, but that ending, well, right up until the mommy and the chain pulling him into the machine was cool, but her stab through the chest with the machete was kind of anticlimactic. I felt needed a little bit more decisive of an ending. It was like winning WrestleMania with a small package, but overall it's a solid entry. Like I said, I'll watch it again every couple years. I give it enough time to breathe so that I don't always fully remember what's going to happen. Like I didn't remember the fucking wood chipper scene or compost or whatever that thing does, that grinding thing. But I remembered a lot of the stuff right up until then. Anyway, thanks for listening. I appreciate you guys. Please like, subscribe, share, all that good shit. Until the next time, this is Devin saying, be easy.